Hi, my name is Ann Pilsner, and I'm the head of school of the Montessori School. Thank you so much for joining us to learn more about our elementary program. Today you will be hearing from our lead guides, Ann and Jocelyn, as well as our specialists in health and wellness, art, and music. In addition, you'll be hearing from our current and former students and parents. Please feel free to reach out to us with any questions. We look forward to talking to you more about why Montessori might be a good fit for your elementary student.
Hello, my name is Jessica Hagan and I wear a couple of hats at the Montessori School. I am the Health and Wellness Specialist and also serve the team as the Elementary Coordinator.
Hello, my name is Ann Wester and I am the lower elementary guide here at the Montessori School. I began my education career about 20 years ago in a traditional setting, and as soon as I got my Montessori training, I knew I was completely transformed and knew I could never teach in any other way. So this is a pretty comfortable way for me to interact with children.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn Clark. I am the upper elementary guide at the Montessori School. I've been with the Montessori School in Kalamazoo for 30 years. So I've had a lot of opportunity to learn and grow with the kids.
Hello, my name is Hal, and I'm the music specialist here at the Montessori School. I've been working here for 20 years. I work with the primary children in primary classes and also in the elementary.
Hi, my name is Sierra O'Connell Kuhn. I am the art teacher here at the Montessori School. I have been with the Montessori, this will be my 6th school year.
One of the things that we do here when children are bridging from primary to elementary is we really work on their comfort, certainly connecting them with what they bring to us from home, from their home environment or from their previous preschool or primary Montessori primary environment. We really try to make those connections for them to build that comfort.
So Christopher has some unique learning needs and challenges, and we discovered Montessori very early on as a great fit, a great approach, because it really worked with his abilities and his interest areas as opposed to looked at his limitations. And so starting out in primary, Christopher had quite an interest in what? What did you love to learn about?
Geography.
Geography, and you did lots of what?
Puzzles.
Puzzle maps with geography. And true to form in Montessori philosophy is to really meet the child where the child is. And so through guidance with Mary, she very early on realized his love of geography and then used that as an opportunity to start introducing other subject matters. By the time he got to elementary, he had taken his love of geography. And how did you use geography in elementary? What did you start doing?
Reading.
And
pin maps.
And then it also evolved to math. So there were a lot of problems about distances from one city to another city, and really that point of entry just opened the door for him to explore so many other areas and avenues.
One of the best parts of the Montessori curriculum in lower elementary and throughout upper elementary too is the way that we connect all parts of the curriculum. We can talk about the sun and realize that that's a homophone with the word S-O-N, so we can tie it in with language. We can talk about, tie it in with music and art, and build from what they already know from their outside environments into meaningful learning experiences for them here.
Elementary health and wellness covers a variety of topics. Students not only engage in physical activity and nutrition education, but also learn to navigate their emotional health through cooperative problem solving, small group read-alouds, and guided discussion. We spend time each week playing empathy games and practicing naming our emotions. Our goal is to help the children feel secure and build strong social relationships within our classroom community so that they become comfortable extending these skills into our neighborhood and greater community through action projects. Some of the action projects over the last few years have had a focus on invasive species, winter salt runoff, soil health, and also diversifying our habitat to support wildlife. Because of the elementary cycle, students are able to plan for these projects, they're able to execute their project, and then they're able to follow up and see lasting results. At TMS, we spend a lot of time outdoors. The school is fortunate to own several city lots that are part of the natural area along Axtell Creek that stretches from Kleinstock Preserve to downtown Kalamazoo. In keeping with Montessori philosophy, experiential learning is encouraged and students are given opportunities to explore the schoolyard and surrounding natural areas. These outdoor experiences are cross-curricular. Students learn how to collect data, interpret data, identify problems within our community, and then also work towards resolution. I think Maria Montessori said it best. When children come into contact with nature, they reveal their strengths.
Another thing I absolutely love about the Montessori is we are out in nature a lot. So when we got to learn about Andy Goldsworthy, who's actually a photographer and artistic natural stylist, we were able to go outside and emulate his work. I always introduce a new artist every few weeks, and what we do is we learn about that artist, we learn fun facts, fun tips, I show them some work, and then we start a new medium.
I really enjoy working with this school because it's very child-focused. Our lessons really come from the children. I give the children a lot of input into their lessons, and we have small groups, maybe 8 or 10 or 12 in a group, so that I can see what their needs are and then choose material that would respond to their needs. In elementary, it's not so much about mastering a particular instrument, whether it be the recorder or the xylophone or drumming or hand percussion instruments. It's more using those instruments as a tool to understand musical concepts like beat and phrasing, maybe form, the way a song is structured. And we apply that to classical music, we apply that to history, to art, to many different other structures and disciplines. We do quite a bit with composition. The children compose their own pieces. They write the melody and they also come up with the text. Sometimes we start with text and then add melody and then an accompaniment. And sometimes we start with a chord progression and then we find a melody there and then we write words to it. So there's many different ways. We do a lot of improvisation where they try things on the xylophone, try things on the recorder, and find a melody that they can create themselves. So this is very child-centered. They get a lot of choices in the work that they do. It's not just a teacher saying, these are the notes, you got to play these notes. But they choose the music that they do and they create the music and they create a way to respond to the music as well. So it's not so much mastering a skill on one instrument, but using the instruments as tools to master musical concepts.
The Montessori school was a good fit for me because it gave me a lot of opportunities I wouldn't have had at a more traditional school. I got to go on trips like to South Haven, Traverse City, and Washington, D.C., all of which we had to plan and make money for. I also got to do internships at local businesses and interview local business owners and operators. We also started a business of our own in 6th grade. We called it the Coffee Club, and we would sell coffee to parents as they drove in the morning. And it was hard because we had to deal with all the struggles of a small business, not all of them, but it was definitely a good experience.
One of the unique things about this Montessori school is that we'd go to this auditorium and we'd learn about for example, one that I really clearly remember is going to this auditorium where we learned about the background musics of Star Wars. And so the Star Wars musics is really famous, and so we learned about the instruments that played there and everything like that. So I think that's one of the really unique things, is we go on really big field trips.
Henry had an opportunity in 6th grade to do some internships in his area of study, which was computer science. I have no doubt that kid is going to do something amazing with computers someday. And the springboard that those internships provided for him has just catapulted his knowledge and his abilities and what he's doing currently in public school. Likewise, same with reading, math, and science. He knows how to find information and he knows how to learn, and that's the most that we wanted out of an education for our children.
We have great success getting the children to transition from our small private school to all other types of school. We've had lots of positive reports on what it's like to leave Montessori and to move on. The children feel well prepared, they're better organized, and they have no fear of reaching out to make new friends. They're confident with their teachers and with their peers, and they are able to use what they've learned at Montessori, and if need be, talk to their teachers about other ways to move forward with their studies.
Fundamentally, from our perspective, the Montessori school and the Montessori philosophy really laid down this foundation of his love of lifelong learning. And so we see it continue into his teen years, that he's very curious. He's continually asking questions, excuse me, and growing through that notion of exploration, of discovery.
We loved everything about Montessori. The multi-age classrooms, the student-led work, the cooperation, the teachings of peace, the teachings of diversity. These teachers get to know you, they get to know your family, and you become like family with everyone in the school.
I think my favorite memory of Montessori school was the graduation ceremonies every year. We started going even before Zach and Kate graduated, so we saw quite a few in a row while they were there, and it's just great to see the kids do their own speech at the small ceremony. So all the graduates give their own speech about their favorite memories and what they learned, and it's just a great ceremony every year.
Everybody's really like welcoming and stuff, and it's not like, yeah, we get to like know each other, and you can probably settle in pretty easily. That's probably what I would say.